Hello, my name is Kim Davis, and I am going to teach an informal method. It's directed to educationally assist those who come in contact with older adults or those who are older adults themselves. And hopefully it will help them distinguish the difference between memory loss and forgetfulness. In order to understand memory loss and forgetfulness, first we must understand memory. And we have three different storage systems within our brain. They are sensory perceptual memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. The first of which is sensory perceptual memory, and it is the shortest term of memory, and it is the ability to obtain memory, and it involves our five senses, which is smell, sight, hearing, taste, and touch. And it retains those five senses very accurately, but it's only briefly. The second sensory is short-term memory, and it is known as our primary or active memory. And this information is what we are currently aware of right now, or what we're thinking about. And a good example of this is if I gave you 5 items to remember, you would be able to remember those items right now. In an hour, you would probably be able to remember those 5 items. But if I asked you next week, you would have a hard time remembering those 5 items. You might not know them, you might know them, but it would be harder for you to remember those. The last one is long-term memory, and it refers to a continual storage of memory. And it can be in our subconscious or our unconscious memory, and it can contain memories from decades ago, a long time ago, last year, but it's things that we've experienced or things that we can remember that we can grow on. Sometimes it can be just a brief encounter, but it's something that our mind refuses to get rid of. It's something that it retains, and it retains it for a long time. Here's some diagrams that show you a little bit about the different memory systems and about short-term memory. Okay, it's very important for us to know the definition of memory loss and to know what forgetfulness and memory loss is. First of all, there's a memory lapse. Memory lapse is just a little blip. It's even smaller than being forgetful. A blip is when you walk out to the refrigerator, you open it up, you see the water, you see the cantaloupe and the grapes, and you think to yourself, what did I walk out here for? And you look around the room and you just can't remember, so you walk back into your living room. That happens. It happens to a lot of people, no matter what age you are. Forgetfulness, it happens to a lot of people too. It's a little bit more unsettling though, and it's when you lose your keys, your cell phone, things like that. I have people ask me all the time, what is the difference between being forgetful and having a memory loss? And the difference is everyone gets forgetful. Forgetful is when you forget little things. When we run back into the store because we forgot our checkbook at the checkout counter, and we have to look for it, or our cell phone, our wallet, things like that. We forget. We get forgetful. But when it starts happening a few times a week, then it gets unsettling. A memory loss is when it happens every day, when it happens a few days a week, when it happens a few times a day, then it's really starting to get odd. You lose your cell phone over and over, over and over a day, over and over a week. But when you start forgetting memories that you had a long time ago, your long-term memory starts to fail you. You look at people's faces and you can't think of their names. When it starts to become family and friends, and their faces start being fuzzy to you, their names start becoming fuzzy to you. These are really causes for concern. This is starting to sound like memory loss, not forgetfulness. This is a major cause for concern now because it's more than forgetfulness, it's memory loss.